People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. Don't know why my voice is sounding hella croaky there, because everything is cushy on my end. I hope everyone's well and safe. I hope everyone's in good spirits. I hope everyone's got their health and things like that. People deluded, I'm back again. I hope you're well and safe. You know, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night in some cases, whoever you are, wherever you are. Now, obviously, make sure you're hitting the like button. Hella content due today. This is the first of 3 live streams. So obviously, after this, I'll be over on Twitch. You know, make sure you're following me on Twitch, Deluded Goon. We'll continue speaking about Arsenal and we'll speak about more neutral topics. And then obviously later today, check the pin message as well. And I posted it before we started. It's West Brom against Arsenal. It's a must win, really and truly, people. So yeah, we're going to speak about alleged mounting pressures on Mikel Arteta from internal sources within the club. This whole, you know, Edu's behind me, OVERMARS. We'll get into that. I see someone comment about another day, a new owner from a different region of this world interests Arsenal. And I have seen some of the tweets and things. So there's a little bit to speak about, man. Make sure we're hitting the like button. There's 109 people of you locked in already. Ridiculous, you know. But if you all hit the like button, we've hit our targets early doors. Obviously, we'll kind of preview the West Brom game. I don't think there's too much to be said. You know, West Brom are doing very well and all of those sort of things, people. So it is what it is. Let me know what you lot are saying. I know a lot of you want me to speak about... you know, a lot of you want me to speak about this Prince guy. So I'm actually going to find his account and we'll get into that as well, man. I wasn't planning on speaking about it because, again, I'm not an Arabic speaker. I don't really know what he's exactly saying, but I'm sure I've got it. Or someone drop a link in the chat and point me to that direction. Where is it? I'm sure I've got it, man. You lot threw me off still with that one. I didn't think you lot would want to hear me chat about that one, but we will, man. Someone swing a link. Someone swing a link to that one there because I can't find it. But yeah, man, we'll get into that Arab Prince business or someone allegedly wants to buy Arsenal. Yeah, I heard you. You lot keep saying, you know, you lot keep saying it. Calm down with the caps, bro. It's early in the morning. Relax, brother. Relax. Nothing's happened yet. You know, swing a link if you know where it actually is, people, or point me in the right direction. If not, I can't really offer my opinions because I did read it, but I don't know the source. So yeah, if no one can swing me a link, we can't actually speak about that one. So we'll speak about what we're here for. Now, before we actually crack on and whatnot, you know, I'd rather take in what you lot are saying. Apologies for being a few minutes late and whatnot, people. Where are we also at in terms of likes? See, we're at 65 likes. One love to the 65 of you that have hit the like button. In relation to Kroenke selling, in relation to a new owner buying, in relation to just bringing in a bloody right back and necessary players and getting rid of several others, you don't hit that like button, you're putting negative energy out there. Everyone who's hit the like button, you know, you're trying to get a good manager for this football club. You're trying to see signings, and I hope you all have, you know, mental health, good health, physical health, every sort of potential discipline of health. I'll also get, you know, you lot that haven't hit the like button, I'll give you the same courtesy. You know, and I don't know who, you know, shout out to the dislikers as well, man. Like on both of my live streams before I finished, it's 2 dislikes. So I know it's either a hater that's making 2 comments or someone's buying some robots and doing a fuckery. But anyways, man, Shay, you was the first person I saw a comment here. So one love to you, man. One love to the nation, the moderators, the subscribers, the long-term supporters, and the guys that are just jumping on this wave, man. Deluded, this might interest you. The brother of the owner of the PSG just tweeted about Arsenal twice. One about selling up within a year. I think they're interested in buying Arsenal. I hear that, my guy, but someone swing a link. What I will say, until someone swings that link, you know, we might be joining the Arab family. I need some Arab money, you know. I remember the song about that. We need it. Throw me the cash, you know. It weren't the promised land we thought we was going to in the sense of just spending money, but we need to. We need to. I'm all for it. But again, I'm not going to get too excited because 1 minute, you know, African billionaires are buying this club, Arab billionaires are buying this club, Swedish billionaires are buying this club, you know, Russian billionaire tried to buy the club. Stan Kroenke said no. Apart from when I saw Usmanov, I haven't seen anyone back their chat. I know Daniel Ek has or hasn't allegedly actually put an offer down and he's gone away to the back burner and whatnot. And with Henri, I don't know what Henri's doing with his personal life. Bergkamp seems to be doing up coaching, and with Vieira now managing Crystal Palace, you know, managers don't have a long shelf life, so it could still happen. It seems like that whole, you know, the whole fallacy of, you know, bringing in Daniel Ek, an Arsenal fan, and being surrounded by people who, you know, when you think of Arsenal, you think of these players. It seems to have gone on the back burner. Now, to be fair to Daniel, obviously, whoever's buying this club is going to take a while. You know, all Arsenal fans need is hope. We get it in our young players. Arteta once upon a time gave it to us when he won the FA Cup. I only see it in our young players and new players that aren't infected with the mediocrity virus and things like that, you know. So again, you're going to get hope. I get it. But fans, it's a wait and see mode because I don't know what business interests he has. Not that he needs to raise funds. Like you said, he's the brother of the PSG guy. Them and they have peas. You know, he could probably offer Stan Kroenke an offer he can't refuse. But to my knowledge, this is the first I'm hearing of it. And again, until someone swings a link or points me in a direction, it's a bit of a madness, man. That's his Twitter. Where, bro? Sorry, Criminal Blues. You know, we know it's on Twitter, bro, ski, but yeah, hey, see, shout out to South London's finest, someone that's got some competence, bro. Bear of you ain't got competence. One love, anyways, man. Let me type that in there, man. You know, someone that understood the assignment. Big up South London. But yeah, let's go and find this people quickly. Let me set a timestamp. 000. What should I name it? Arsenal might, let's say, might have found a new owner. Let's call it that. I don't know what off the top of my head, but yeah, man. Let me share my Twitter handle with you. Oh, what's this? This is something in relation to Willian, and I need that in English, but ain't no one trying to speak about Willian just yet. One love to everybody who's trying to help, man, as well. But yeah, South London, I'm gonna have to move this. You know what? To be fair to Daniel Ek, he might be a ghost, but it's gonna take time, innit? Personally, I thought he came through at the right time. You know, he was talking when the club was failing. Not that we were successful at this moment. You know, there was many other little bits of rumbling, and I would have felt if I was him. Again, I don't know what his strategy is, and like I said, it's probably going to take years and whatnot before we get to it. But for me, I thought this was the best time in the summer to keep the pressure. Fair enough, earlier on in the summer, I won't go as far as to say we expected a madness, but we were dealing with a couple futures early, was bringing in a couple. Yeah, none of the players we've signed immediately probably better us and take us to the next level today, but we could all concede that it was happening tomorrow. And there was almost a bit of optimism for me. I thought, you know what, we're going to, you know, Maitland was chatting, his future would be decided. The other right backs, Cedric looked like he didn't have a future. We're bringing in a right back. Xhaka was going them times. And I feel even if Xhaka is staying, which he is, you need a midfield. So there was a bit of optimism. And I feel the best time to keep up chatting was that. Daniel Ek should have kept going. Now, again, I don't know his strategy. I don't know what he's doing. We all know it's going to be a long, drawn-out process. What will make Kroenke directly sell, we don't know. But for me, businessman, all he looks at is business. All he knows is money. You know, that's a man that just cares about money and really doesn't have any principles where we're concerned. So if anyone's going to be able to offer him something that potentially Arsenal is not potentially worth and an offer he can't refuse, you'd imagine it's the them sort of regions there with the, you know, the Arab money and the long pockets and things like that, which again, I don't know if this is going to come to anything. You know, some of you are saying he's talking about a lot of football. You know, to you lot have told me he's the brother of the PSG owner or whatever. So I don't know if he's in bed with PSG, if he's, you know, apparently he's been talking about Mbappe a lot. I don't know what he's on, people, and I don't have the luxury of understanding Arabic, even though I would love to. But obviously, I'm not here to say this is happening and things. Don't shoot the messenger. And you can see, I told you I see this because I hit a like. The rest of the time, 7 months. So man are saying 7 months until he buys Arsenal. I'm not getting excited with them ones there, people, because again, money, you know, how much is Arsenal probably worth? You know, it's probably what 1.8 billion or something, 1.2 to 1.8 billion the last time I looked to his valued. You know, wasn't that a similar offer Daniel Ek went with? Now I don't know how long Daniel Ek's money is. It's definitely longer than ours. But you heard he had to do consortium business. This guy don't really need that. You know, anyone's better than Kroenke, isn't it? You know, it's better, not saying anyone's a devil, but, you know, it's better the devil that we don't know than the devil we do know. This guy, we don't know what his interests are. He could be worse than Kroenke. I'm not saying that to keep him. I'm just saying, as fans, we need to stop getting excited when we're just linked with any manager or any owner and just whatever. But I can't blame them. You know, we don't know anything about him. We don't know how he would do anything. You know, you know, for me, I hope you care about football and I'm willing to try. But he said the rest of time, 7 months. So I don't know if that means he's going to make an offer in 7 months. Again, there's talk, you know, he's spoken about Mbappe, he's spoken about Madrid, he's spoken about Arsenal. There's very little context behind what he's specifically saying in these tweets. We can obviously accept that one because, yeah, unless I, you know, such is life, it's almost becoming unrecognizable. But that looks like an Arsenal badge to me. Follow-up tweets around the same period last night. He said Friday they will make another offer. Let's see how it goes. Now, and he said last chance. So who is they? You know, is his English not quite to standard and he meant to say we? You know, is they someone he's working on behalf of? Has this got anything to do with Arsenal? I don't know. You know, you'd imagine, not that we know anything, but surely you would imagine we would have found out something in relation to if an offer was made made for Arsenal by now. So I don't know, people, you know. They'll make another offer. So did we have another one? We also have to consider maybe this is Daniel Ek's done. We heard consortium and all of this business. Maybe this is where Daniel Ek went. Maybe this is his guy. Which again, it's all cool. I don't know anything. I'm just going off the tweets, people. Again, man are talking about Salah and all these things, so I don't know, people. He also said, you know, I think it's time to sell. The situation is getting worse than bad. London Red. So, you know, this might just be his general opinions. Just the fact that he's a billionaire makes, you know, fans are getting 2 and 2 and making $1 million. He could just be saying, I think Arsenal need to sell. Obviously, the English isn't the best, but he might just be saying, I think Arsenal should sell. London's always red because of he might be a follower. Historically, he's looked at us. He also said, if you agree to the specified price, contact us or complete the season with the goal for now. I hope that means, listen, we've put offers on the table. Take the piece or tell us what you want, and then we can buy Arsenal, maybe get rid of Arteta or these amateurs and things like that. Now, I'm not trying to be harsh to Arteta. I don't know the context behind any of this. When we move our love for Arsenal and things away, people, there's actually, you know, apart from this, you know, this is the only sort of context you can get behind it. The London's red. The rest, it's a bit subjective and all of these sort of things. And then, you know, 6 golden balls. He's talking about Messi there. I don't know what he's talking about there. You know, he could just be a lover of football. I really don't know, people. You know, what has he said here? It costs a lot, a very large amount plus high salary. Have you lost confidence in him? Did the club president admit that he made a mistake? Fix your windows before you throw stones at others, which is also true, and Arsenal should take heed. But I don't know, man. And this is his brother, allegedly. He would have preferred to sell Kylian Mbappe. So, but I can't lie. If you want to make it a PSG to Arsenal link up, you know, Wenger will have something to say. Let's do this thing. You know, let's do this. Why not, man? Own both of them clubs, monopolize the thing. We're begging for some sort of something really to believe in. Why not, man? We've had American money. It's not working for us with Kroenke. You know, I'm all on it. Bring us an African billionaire, Arab billionaire, Indian billionaire, Swedish billionaire, another American billionaire. Anyone who just gives a fuck about trying to have this football club mentioned in serious business, not where, you know, if I say Arsenal and we play word association, sadly, you lot are going to say a madness, banter, bottlers, lacking desire, bear no positive things. Where if you go back a few years, heart, passion, winners, invincible, all of these things. Anyone that's on that, I don't care where you are, as long as the money's long, as long as you've got integrity, as long as you understand that at least initially, you know, there won't be light at the end of the tunnel. You probably have to spend more on Arsenal than it's worth. You know, forget the playing stuff. You're going to have to buy Arsenal for more than it's worth. You're going to have to install individuals that reflect what we're trying to do. You look at Chelsea, they got Marina and all of them, you know, proper businessmen and women in all different aspects. We're going to need to do that, you know, have a proper technical director, you know, where Edu's concerned. So again, that's going to be a losing game, and that's before we talk about the obvious, what you lot know, which is clearly the tactical front, the technical front, our playing staff. You know, that's going to need to be revamped. So it's going to be a losers game. So he needs to want to love what he's doing, and in a positive way, he needs to be on an ego trip like Roman Abramovich in a positive way at Chelsea. It's his ego. It's his ego that sees him going for the best players, that dared him to buy Chelsea and say, Arsenal, United, yeah, and these teams, you think you're doing stuff? Cool. I'm going to buy this London club and do a thing. The only thing I can thank Abramovich for is that he drove through Tottenham and said, F buying Spurs. It's a next thing, you know? So I don't know. We can't, you know, I don't know, innit? I don't know. Again, you'd imagine within the next few hours, the English media, they're probably going to, you know, add their own spin to it. Maybe there'll be some truth. I don't know. I need AFC Bell or something to give me the lowdown on this, Donny, but I don't know. But for me, when I see, when you see an Arab, I love Arabs anyways. When I see this, I get excited, people. When I see the Arabic writing, it makes me confident, you know. I look at them things there as integrity and all of these things and serious business, you know. He's, you know, when you look at the people from that region, they're very proud in everything they do. They don't want their name to be anything they do attached to a joke. They've got a lot of honor and loyalty, and these are all connotations I want back at my football club. But I don't care where the individual's from, just as long as they want the best for the club and they're prepared to understand, you know, the journey that Arsenal need to go on to get back to or anything close to what we have. I would love it, but I don't know what he said there, people. I really don't know. I can't get 2 and 2 and get 5 in it. You know, I don't know. So you lot can draw whatever conclusions from that. You know, what have you lot said? You know, what are you lot saying, bro? Stop shouting, bro. Calm down, bro. Hit the like button as well, man. We're lacking in terms of likes. Remember, Qatar and UAE, Manchester City owners hate each other. This is gonna fire if they bought Arsenal. I don't know what any of that is, but fair play. Bro, they might as well buy my thing as well. Or, well, I can never sell up, but you know, invest in the DG thing. We can do a matter. Like, you know what I mean? Bring the peas. Bring the peas to North London. Islington needs to, you dog. You see some peas. I'm all on it. I'm all on it, man. And obviously, there's ish about Bale as well. So again, you can't quantify what Donny's saying. He's talking about Madrid, Bale, Arsenal allegedly, bare other things, man. You know, I don't know what he's saying, but you know, you know, it allows us to dream, but reality is it's wait and see, man. We've been down this road of people want to buy the club, they want to do this, they want to do that. And to be honest, to my knowledge, again, unless you're Arabic or you're fluent in that language or you know him personally, I don't know if he's got any intentions. I can't really take any interpretation that correlates to going for Arsenal. I hope it does. You know, like low profile said, man could be speaking about Bale and all of these things. Arabs never joke about money, especially when they already make it public. One thing's for sure, Arabs don't like to play. This is big news. Hope so, man. Hope so. I hope it's right, man. He's got 2 messages about Arsenal, but again, we can't get 2 and 2 and get a million. You know, we have to take it at face value. We can't get excited, man. Now's the most likely time for anything to happen. Let's pray together, man. I think the time for praying is done, man. You know, I think the time for praying is over. Like again, it's probably not the best example, but you look at slavery, how much of slavery was fixed people doing the kumbaya thing in terms of or you look at any oppressed people, you know, how long does praying, and I'm not for obvious reasons, I'm not correlating what's going on to Arsenal to any of these things, but logically, what does praying do? It might give you strength. Personally, I think at times it gives you makes you play having morals and not dealing with your oppressors in the right way. The very games that they're playing, they're not going to. But at some point, you look at any revolution, you look at war, you look at anything, you had to go from praying to practicality. So I personally think the time for praying for this football club is done. It's now for practicality. It's now time to seize the future. It's now time for a revolution. If I'm completely honest with you, there's no time for prayer. God ain't hearing these pleas for Arsenal, bro. I can't lie to you. Not hearing them thing there, man. He's not hearing it. He would have been heard it when we lost to Birmingham in the final or when we got banged 8-2. Well, yeah, bro, it's mad. DG's getting us excited. You lot getting yourselves excited, bro. Bro, I don't shoot the messenger. I never said nothing's going on at this club. You lot are in how you lot interpret it is your business. I never told no one to get excited. I never told no one that things are happening. I had no intention of speaking about that. Hella disclaimers. Oh, hella yelling to you know, innit? Early in the morning, man, yelling and that. Appreciate you for hitting the like button. What else you let's say? Even Tottenham has a good technical director. Yeah, you know, someone with experience, someone with clarity. As I keep saying, you can't do the only way that Edu and Arteta was gonna bang is that the people above Edu were serious about everything. You can do the novice manager and have an experienced guy, or you can have, you know, an experienced manager and a novice technical director. And obviously there'll be issues and teething problems within that regards. What I don't think you can do is have both, because even as much as Arteta is not getting the best out of his team, and there's a million reasons, I don't have confidence in Edu's recruitment, you know, based on what I'm seeing. Yeah, there's a couple of good examples, but there's some terrible recruitments. And being a technical director, it's not just about bringing in people, it's about succession planning. Do you have the faith that Edu has a bunch of targets for when Lacazette calls it a day, Aubameyang calls it a day? You know, did we really have targets for David Luiz? Are we still, you know, he weren't involved in this, but we still probably haven't replaced Koscielny. So you look around that squad, Aubameyang's not going to be here forever. You know, I don't think he should be vital in this team, but Granit Xhaka is. If something happens to Granit Xhaka, or he says, I want to leave again, where's the succession planning? You lot betted on Leno, and I know Ramsdale's come in, but where's the succession planning? I don't rate Bellerin at all, really, beyond him being a nice guy, and I've got some blind faith in him, even though I don't think he's levels. But where's the succession planning? That man's been at the club for a while. Do you have faith in Edu to do that? As somebody said, the Tottenham director, and as I keep saying, I don't know if he's done a good job or not, but they're getting Sarr from Metz, someone with potential for the future. You know, they're grabbing people from, you know, if they're not being linked and bringing in people that have Italian heritage, they're people that's playing in Serie A. I haven't seen anything from Edu. I don't know what you're on. I'm not saying just because you're South American or Brazilian, you need to look at that region. I would love you to, but we all recognize there's you know, work permit issues around that. You ain't locked down Spain, you ain't locked down Poland, you ain't locked down, you know, Belgium. There's not one region I look at and say, yo, he's doing his thing there. You know, I haven't seen it really and truly. So, boy, it is what it is. We're gonna get onto the Arteta business in a second, people. But yeah, that's what I feel, man. We can't get 2 and 2 and get 5, but we have to see, man. Oh, sorry. Do you want to play with a golfer? See, I don't know nothing about Arabic. I can't speak it. So yeah, man. This is why I did. This is why they want to buy the club. We'll see in due course and what could happen, man. But I've been down this, man. Rah, man. I don't know if you need to run around naked, my brother, but calm it down, really. Who's these people behind you? I don't know, bro. These fans. They say better the devil you know. Yeah, that was in relation to potentially the Super League, but I'd rather the devil we don't know. DG, what is the guy's net worth, bro? You're gonna have to do your research, man. I don't know for the pocket watching, but at the same time, I mean, bro, I don't think them man there that got so much money. It's you don't know. It's not a net worth thing. Just money, man. Like peas. It's like what's it, when you sell bare players in Football Manager or FIFA or GTA, you get a ridiculous or play GTA, you get a ridiculous amount of money to the point where money's not a thing. You can't you've got more money than things to buy, so it's not even a net worth thing for him. You know, I don't even think it's a net worth thing for him. I don't his money's long or his family's money's long or whoever he's a part of, the money's calm. But whether they're coming is another thing, you know. Need the money chatting, screaming, no more talking, screaming, beer noise is what we need, man. Will appreciate that. I'm good, man. DJ, I love the gunshots in the background of your intro. You lot keep saying that, appreciative of that, man. Bro, and that's all I'm asking is trying. I'm no idiot. Edu clearly is trying. He's clearly doing stuff, but man's out of his depth. And I feel the technical director, that's a problem, you know, because again, we're signing players for the long term. But what about the players for the short term that are going to help these players? You know, obviously we weren't doing amazing when these guys were around, but Jack Wilshere pops in the scene. You at a point, you look around, you can see a Arshavin, you can see a young Nasri, you can see a young but experienced as Fabregas, Van Persie been around the block. Plenty of other examples. Cesc Fabregas, again, he was around before then as well. Obviously, my point being, you know, Henri and that you step into a situation where you can be young and whatnot, but you look around, you know, as you lot see when Saka, Smith Rowe, these guys are not having the game they quite expected to, you know, we're flat. We're a myth. And for me, in the same way, the team on from a tactical basis, what we're doing on the week reflects the manager. The level of recruitment since Edu walks in reflects him. Every signing should be your legacy. You look at the Patrici guy; he's trying to lay a statement. Man are grabbing Sarr. They're being linked with Aouar. You know, they're trying to hold on to Kane. If something happens with Kane, they'll probably get a replacement. We probably will not replace Aubameyang for 50 years. And then when we replace Aubameyang, we're gonna need a creative man. We're not gonna sign a creative man. It's a mazza. We love to do this. Yo, Jay, what are you talking about? Next man's beauty. I'm even bookie, but fair play. If that's what you're into. EG talk sense, got to rate him. Jason appreciative, but for every you're not so deluded, you are deluded. You know, I just wish I had a pound and got paid for either one. Love for that though, man. Brighter days on the horizon. We might see a more bossy DG, brother. Brighter days for what? Because man are chatting. Because man are chatting. It's gonna take a lot more. I need to see money. You know, I need to see money. I need to see Sky Sports yellow bars. I need to see hella Arab man just storming the Emirates and patting things up. I need to see Kroenke getting dashed out. Don't even get him an Uber, man. Say walk to Arsenal trade. You know, make him walk to Finsbury Park, man. But he doesn't even know his way. We need a lot more, man. We need a lot more. That's when Boy, you see, if we ever got mad peas, boy, if Arsenal never got mad peas and was able to do something, it could be crazy. If I'm not mistaken, sorry, Qatar want to buy Arsenal in 2013. I don't know. So again, that's something that I'm not really knowledgeable on. Oil, money, and Conte, man, we can pray. I can't lie. I love Conte, but if it's an Arab money thing, I want to more go down the young manager route and that, I love Conte, proven winner, all of that, but I just feel I'm not gonna sit here and lie. He would be amazing for Arsenal, but I don't think he fits us perfectly. Especially when it comes to young players and certain style of plays. I think you can be flexible to that, and he'd be great. But I would like to go for one of these, what they told me Arteta was gonna be. Can we go and find one of them? I can't lie, I want that still, but Conte comes in, he'd be a winner in that, of course. Morning, bro. Big up from sunny Dalston. Up the likes. Big up Eddie Reese, man. East Londoner and them things there. I'm even jealous of Norwich. They put 6 in the net. Wait. Man said Kumbaya, oh my lord. Kumbaya. We say this is why I love DG Nation. I'm sure we've got Christians, Muslims, Jews, Hindus, any other religion. I bet everyone's praying to their God or gods or higher power. A Rasta man at this time as well. Every faith people when they heard that news, I bet you all praying to whatever you need to pray to. I bet even the non-believers are praying. Come on, DG. Eddie made a few bad signings and we are killing him. Look at Chelsea, Drinkwater, and Werner. There are even more. Okay, but there's plenty of positive signings. And I hear you, again, I've always said I feel Edu to a degree has been criticized for things he can't handle. But I mean, I can only criticize you on what you're bringing to the table. What have you done? I can't really talk on Chelsea. Chelsea situation is different. I'm not a Chelsea fan. If I fail my test, if I have a son and he fails his test and he tells me, oh, Tommy at school failed his test, I don't give a fuck about Tommy. That's not my child. You are my child. You are my sperm. I laid down with your mum and we made a kid. I pay for you. I don't give a crap about Tommy. Oh, come on now. There's no one should be free from criticism. I don't know for what you say or what you talk to or who you talk to. All I know is on this platform, we praise and critique fairly. There's been times where Edu has done well. There's been times where it looks shaky. It looks shaky at this moment in time. Why can we give it all to Ed? I'm not saying anyone deserves anything more or less. As long as it's not going into abuse and things, why not? Why can Arteta take all the criticism, but I can't ask a damn question of Edu? Because it was both of them. Arteta has to answer for things, but this was going to be a tough summer for Edu as well. And for me, it's the outgoings more than anything. It's still a long way to go. I don't know who is killing him. I don't know who's doing what. Chelsea have got things wrong, but Chelsea get out of situations better than us, really and truly. And you can afford to get things wrong like Werner for 30, 40 odd million when you're bringing in 100 million in a COVID time. What are we doing? So everyone's free to their opinion. I don't think I'm killing anyone or anything. We're having a debate. We actually haven't even spoke on Edu, but fair play, my man. Fair play, player. That's a mad one to me, though. It even feels like Stan has left most of the club on the job thing to Josh, which also probably means the amateur manager extends all the way to the top. Exactly. Bro, Josh don't have a clue what's going on. Edu don't have a clue and's left to his own devices. Arteta, he's probably thinking, boy, I can't believe my luck. Only at Arsenal am I being rewarded with more responsibility for increasing incompetence. Like, it's a mess. Like, this is the problem. And there's things that I feel are like last season. It seemed like Kroenke messed around Arteta and Eddie over finances, especially when you look at how we went and got Partey. But at the same time, I didn't see enough. There wasn't enough on the technical front from what Arteta needs to do in pre-season. There was still the same question marks. You didn't bring in, even if it was a lesser sort of talent, you didn't bring in a partner suitable for Partey. Edu, like Arteta as a midfielder, I haven't seen that midfield revamped. One love to Kroenke. Man said Kroenke, definitely not Lokonga. But boy, like, I can only criticize based on what I'm seeing. In the same way, if you bring me Aouar, bro, Edu, shit, you're my guy. But boy, we have to see, man. You brought in Willian. Score predictions for tonight. I hope 2-1 Arsenal, but I don't know, man. I can't do predictions or be confident the way we're playing against anyone, really and truly. Don't you think Edu and his family should understand fans' frustrations and realize Edu is not doing his job? I think Edu and his family recognize no one is free from criticism, but I don't think his family deserve to be abused on socials. I don't think anyone needs to be attacked and stuff like that. You know, you can be heckled, footballers get heckled, but once it goes beyond that, I don't think it's that. I do think they extend it, and I think people need to calm it down really and truly with, you know, there's a fine line. Man says, sorry, but I've had West Brom in a ACCA. Boy, is where it is. John Parker, comment on the live stream. In any business, bringing someone new in comes with hard work, but working smartly in our scenario, in my opinion, is a lot more effective. We've not seen any smart business since Edu has arrived, and to be fair, it's not even just him. You know, if I start throwing out names, there's a reckless culture at this football club. If we have to watch our pounds more, why are we being even more reckless, sort of thing? You know, I'm not saying these guys are flops or anything, but the one common theme is these guys are the jury's still out. Or you speak to 5 Arsenal fans, they might say something, the next 5 Arsenal fans say another thing. You know, Rinison, well, everybody, well, all 10 Arsenal fans would say shit, but you know, Rinison, you know, the jury's still out on Partey. I'm being harsh. Saliba, big money for us, 28 million outlay. It's been unclear the mandate with that guy, how he's going to tie in. There's been a lack of clarity. Pepe, not a bad player at all, and it's not 70 million up front, but someone's got to justify that. Lacazette, you know, that's going back to Wenger's time. And I'm sure there's even a couple more dotted in and around the team, given, you know, the loan signings of Denis Suarez, of Ceballos again, of people of that ilk. It doesn't matter who there is mismanagement. Ben White, I love the guy. I actually think he's decent, but suddenly he has a shaky performance where he can either make that 50 million look cheap or very expensive, and he's going to be left to his own devices. You have to justify that. You have to justify Ramsdale. You know, Tavares is lesser scale, but suddenly if Tavares is thrown in when Tierney's there and he has a bad game, you have to justify why you thought he was a decent backup. Marie, someone has to justify that. You know, you've kept him in your team. We know Gabriel, Ben White, a couple of people are ahead of him in the pecking order, but anyone in that 25-man squad, if you're a Cam, if something happens to Smith Rowe and Odegaard, there has to be a next man who can step in. And if we, you know, you have to believe in him in the same way Arteta does. You have told us, because Marie's part of your mandate, whatever happens in the season, if he's needed to be called upon, he'll have a good game. And, you know, Marie will have good games. He had a bad game. He needs to hold it, but he's looked clueless since we've got into the serious end of preseason. I feel Chelsea, Spurs, and obviously, you know, what happened in the so other games. But again, that, you know, a manager has the right to do what he wants with the squad, but you have to justify these things. And all we can do is praise and critique fairly. I don't know about anyone else, but I've not got no pitchfork out for Edu, for Arteta, for any of these players. If you play well, I'm going to say you played well, you did your job, or you did whatever. You know, the problem with Arsenal is when you look at these Martinelli deals and Tierney deals and things, bro, that's 2 good signings. How many terrible ones have there been? And everyone gets signings get signings wrong, but certain people get out of the situation better than others. So it is what it is, man. Good comment, though, man. BG, what is it with these billionaires messing our clubs about? But when you need the good ones, there's no one to be seen. I don't know, man. But again, it's the media, because really these billionaires, they're always going to chat in it. It's the media that leverage on Arsenal's, the fact that we love Arsenal, we love the club, we want it to improve and all those things. But it's going to get a myth, man. One love, Atkins. That's a bit harsh. Edu is a glorified travel agent. That's a mazza. You lot are moving mad. You lot are moving mad. You lot are moving mad. One love to you lot locked in, man. 700 odd of you locked in. We're at 250 likes. Let's keep moving, man. We must come back. You know what? Let's go for 500, man. Let's be a bit ambitious today, man. Let's be a bit ambitious. Let's try and get 500 likes, man. I didn't do dirt with Tommy's mum, bro. It's crazy, bro. Like, I don't care about that. Like, bro, Werner's a decent player, but Chelsea get things wrong. They pattern it, you know. We persist with things. You know, you always need to think about the exit strategy. Like you saw with Willian, what was the exit strategy? Now you have to let her, you know, it's been another expensive free signing. He's been here, picked up some wages. You know, if he does go for free, or his contract does get, no, not free, if his contract does get cancelled, you know, you're going to have to pay him some fees. Even if he goes for free, I'm sure he's entitled to his loyalty bonus technically. So he's run a number. So no one considered, yeah, if it works, you have a decent option for a couple of years, experience, this and that. But what's the get out clause? What was the get out clause with Aubameyang's new deal? What's the get out clause with giving Lacazette a new deal or not giving Lacazette a new deal? What's the get out clause with giving Xhaka a new deal? And how does that impact the team beyond what you lot think? I don't know. It's a mazza, man. It's absolute mazza. Absolute mazza, man. Appreciative, bro. South American links, it's not even a that thing, you know, because I get the fact that there's work permits and things, and you know, maybe we could have set up a Chelsea like Vitesse thing, but it's not even that. Like, you ain't got no one. You might have someone in Spain, or just because you're, you know, football's a universal game. You know, how many of your colleagues, same way you was in the Brazil national team, right, and you bust out to Arsenal, how many of your colleagues, someone might have been doing something with Brazil, they're living in Spain now, they're Real Madrid's scout or they're Real Madrid's coach or they're something. You get what I'm saying? Football, you change roles. Ain't there no one to utilize and say, mate, bloody hell, mate, no players. Fucking hell, mate. Arsenal, we're poor, no players. Like, it's a bit mad. And when you don't, you know, Edu's mistake is, again, there's this misconception that he's got rid of every scout. He hasn't got rid of every scout. There still is a team in place. Edu has a separate team as well in relation to what he's doing. But that's the problem, you know. That's the problem with giving someone inexperienced more control. And I got it, you know, less is more sort of approach. It made sense, but you could see how it goes wrong. There's an element like with Arteta, there's things like with us, there's things you don't know, you don't even know. Like me and YouTube, you know, I don't know a damn thing about YouTube. But at the same time, obviously, if there was someone more experienced or someone that could help, man, I would love it, because there's things I don't even know. I don't know a thing. There could be ways, you know, little ways to grow on YouTube, little ways to get it out there. You don't even know little problems. And that's like management. There's things Arteta don't even know. He doesn't know when came in, and he doesn't know now. Same with this technical guy. There's things you don't know. I think experience can be overrated, but I can never be overstated. And for me, you either do the young technical manager thing, technical director, and then have an experienced gaffer, even though there'll still be loggerheads, or you do the vice versa of that. I don't know what they're on in that regard. That's just how I look at it. But you know, I'm not informed to give an opinion. I've just got an opinion on that, though. People, we might as well rise up the articles in relation to Mikel Arteta and all of those. Well, I say Mikel. We'll get on to Mikel. The men in question in there doing that. Where's these articles? Because I've got so much tabs open. That's Arteta. Oh, I'm loving the live stream today, people. We're here for a hot second, innit? We've got a lot to speak about. Make sure also you're following me on Twitch, 2 p.m. I'll be live on Twitch. We'll speak about football from a more general aspect. And of course, I'll take in your Arsenal questions if you come with that. Check out the pin message. Obviously, watch along business at 7:30 as we play West Bromwich Albion. Hopefully, we get something from that, people. But yeah, if I share this with you guys, you know, a couple of reports are saying pressure rises, and I don't know, because 1 minute there's no pressure, 1 minute there is pressure, and I said it yesterday and the day before that and the day before that. I don't know anything, but logically, the club ain't gonna get rid. Both might, you know, a year from now, both might not be here. But it's either Arteta first and or Edu. They either say, you know what, we're betting on Arteta. You're having a tough time. Maybe Edu's not doing what he needs to do from a technical front. You're the guy that they still believe in you. It is what it is, sort of thing. Or you say, you know what, Edu, you've brought him something. We've spent 100 odd million. Arteta's not saying anything, so we're going to bring in the next man. I don't think both will go initially. It's either or, in my opinion, initially. And there's every reason for both to go. And there's actually reasons to keep people as well when you look at it without emotion, which I don't necessarily believe. But pressure rises on Arsenal chief Edu as Mark Overmars lined up as replacement. Should have been here in the first place. The man was twerking to return to Arsenal, just like he was begging to give you lot Hakim Ziyech. You lot didn't want to take heed of his advice. I know Hakim Ziyech ain't done much in the footballing world since he's joined Chelsea, but you get the point. I'm trying to scroll down and get out of the irrelevant things, people. There's hella jargon, and what's wrong with this paper? You know, again, and the problem, this is why we need a new owner, because there's many different examples of mismanagement, you know. So I'm not going to act like I wasn't happy to sign Mustafi. He is one of them. He came to Arsenal, revealed that he was a fraud, but, you know, there's been several big money transfers, you know, the Mkhitaryan, and another expensive free transfer when you could have a couple of months before taken 60 million for Alexis Sanchez. We're still very reactive over as a football club. So, you know, this article is, it's a lot of waffling, really. I can't really. Where is the actual sense behind it? So this one's kind of let us down, folks, because I'm scrolling past. It's not saying anything. Well, since Edu's arrival, Arsenal have spent more than 300 million on players, but crucially recouped only 80. So again, if we need to sell, how we sell, I give Edu the luxury of some of these players just simply are not attractive, you know. It's like selling a car with no wheels, bro. Like, no one's really want to try to hear that, really and truly. But at the same time, I don't think he's done anything of significance within that regard. So again, the numbers don't lie. And again, every signing we make is Edu's legacy as much as it's Arteta's. You're the technical director. I know he's the manager, and he's probably got, I won't say as much what's the word, man? As much authority, you know, but if he says I want to play, and the logical way of looking at that is the manager needs a player, go and get him that player, should do well. But it's your job to say, hang on, no, maybe Williams a dead signing. Maybe you have to use Saliba. Of course, these are things that happen. Maybe you have to, you know, you don't want to hear managers being overruled by a technical director and things like that. But every decision has to be, you have to make it. And we heard last year he wanted Aouar, you wanted Partey. So there is an element of that. Every signing or people, everyone that comes in or goes in your period is a legacy of yours. And I don't think you've set a good legacy. You know, it's definitely no way. Well, you didn't have the biggest legacies as an Arsenal player, but using invincible and won FA Cups and whatnot. But it is what it is in that regards, man. Ex-Gunners midfielder himself, his experience of the international scene after his work with Corinthians, the Iranian national team, and as general coordinator of the Brazilian national side, seemed to suggest exactly the level of global knowledge and contacts needed to turn Arsenal around in a turbulent period. 2 years on, as the man responsible for recruitment, questions are being asked of the 41-year-old. It coincides with the pressure on the manager with the club out of Europe for the first time in 25 years. This website is horrible, folks. Yeah, that's all that one said. Bit of a letdown. Overmars on Arsenal shortlist as Arsenal consider Edu replacements. Arsenal have Mark Overmars on their list of potential replacements for technical, for Edu as pressure mounts on Gunners technical director, according to reports. 43-year-olds under pressure. Let's scroll all the way down. You know, again, Edu approved the deal for Willian. You know, nobody thought it was a bad idea. You approved Runnison. Nobody watched a 10 games from Renison and said, maybe the guy's fucking shit, let's not buy him. And I'm not trying to get him onto it. It's just when you buy cheaply, or it's not even a cheap thing, when you're not clearly being lazy towards scouting, you pay twice. You know, I remember when it came to getting my driver's license, I felt, I passed the practical the second time around. I actually found the theory harder because I wasn't taking it seriously. I thought you could just read the book for 2 seconds, turn up, click random things, and that's it. And then the second time I did that, I deeped it. I was like, what are we doing here? You know, what are we doing here? Then I did my homework sort of thing. No one done their homework on Renison and thought maybe that's tired, you know. And like I said, when you make cheap mistakes, you pay for it in an expensive manner. I wasn't taking it seriously, so I paid via my wallet. Where if I was, you buy once, where you do the test once sort of thing, you know. Willian might have worked, but again, you know how clearly, on top of a finances point of view, age, and just our feelings on Willian, it was a terrible signing. But from a tactical point of view, Edu never went raw. I can't lie, bro. You're not really creating many chances. Attacking players are not thriving. This was even going off the season, you know, the first year. They're not really thriving, you know. Is it really worth giving Willian at this stage of his career that deal when he's not thriving in the team? And then lo and behold, you lot went off to see what happened. You know, everything, you're sanctioning this, man. The Gunners now face the prospect of terminating Williams' contract and paying off the 33-year-old in order to pave the way for his move to Brazilian side Corinthians. How have you bought someone for free and managed to end up paying? Now, obviously, you give him his wages, but again, we ain't learned from it. Edu, a wise man, learns from other people's mistakes. You never got flashbacks, even though you weren't there, of the problems around even Mesut Ozil, where you was there, you know, or Mkhitaryan, or whatever. There's been several ones, you know. There's been several ones, and it's laziness. You know, it's lazy. Pardon me, it's laziness. You know, we could have got some random guy off the street for half the team players we're linked with, or allegedly go for people. Edu also oversaw the signing of Runnison, who looks well short of being capable to challenge for a first team place, but he doesn't look capable of being a professional footballer. You know, my old team AFC and you probably get in there because they're keeping shit. But anyways, people, you know, he approved 27 million for William Saliba. I don't mind it, but again, I'm not against William Saliba, but clearly there's loggerheads. You know, what is going on? What was going on with him? Sort of thing, really and truly. To be fair, you know, the jury's still out on Ben White, obviously, but I think Ben White's going to be all right. Gabriel's cool. You know, you brought in Luiz. I don't think David Luiz should have been brought in, but I do think he was a better signing than it needed to be. And I just think I think we're in a special situation as a club now. mainly last season. As whatever you say about Louise, whatever you say about Xhaka, they're two of our best players or were in terms of mentality and all these things. And sometimes if they're not there, you miss it. Like even Louise from a technical front, you know, where he one of the best ball playing centre halves at the club. You know, that's a primary reason why Ben White is, or we're told he allegedly came in. Why? I'm not looking at the age thing and saying you can't use David Luiz, but why is he the main guy? Why can't we see? Why do we have to wait for someone to leave or them to be on their last legs to then do the succession planning? Why can't we replace man before they've been replaced, like other clubs when they sell guys and whatnot? But allegedly, according to the Daily Express, Arsenal are now considering their options. And Overmars is back on the club's radar. Is this the same article we looked at? Yeah, this is the same article we looked at, so we're not going to go over that. The report also claims that Ralph Rangnick and former Chelsea technical director Umlumo are also on the Arsenal shortlist. I'd all be on it, but again, I'm on Overmars. Obviously, he knows the club. You know, he's worked in Holland. He knows what he's on. You know, Ulumo, he done good things for Chelsea as well as some questionable things. Ralph Rangnick, he's certified. But for me, you know, when I look away from them, I don't think any of them would do a good job purely because, you know, when man are at Monaco, they had a mandate. When man are at Chelsea, they had a mandate. When Ralph Rangnick's been anywhere, there's been a mandate. Overmars, Ajax, there's been a mandate. Arsenal, what is the mandate? You know, there needs to be balance. Just because you're trying to do this young player thing doesn't mean you can't go for people who don't tick those boxes. Doesn't mean you don't need them. But we don't clearly know what we're trying to do in terms of recruitment. Yeah, we brought a lot of young players, so you could say that. But in all aspects of this football club, there's never been clarity. And we've been here before. We looked at Mislintat, we looked at Raul Sanye for all the praises and criticisms as some messiah. They can't change it alone in the same way Ben White, Gabriel, they're not going to improve our defense off their own back in the same way Aubameyang and Lacazette and everyone's struggling up top. You could buy a striker, the best striker in the world at this moment in time. They're not going to score too many goals at Arsenal, maybe more than their prospective teammates, for this example, yes, but they'll always fall short from hitting potential because it needs more than one aspect. Everyone has to sing from the same hymn sheet, and it isn't. We can't. We've done this thing before. Eddie, are you technical director? Come work your magic. Sanye, Barcelona, come make it work. You know, it doesn't work. Michelin diamondized, come be diamondized, where you're not marrying all aspects of the club. Do you think Michelin could be diamondized if everyone at Dortmund wasn't collectively on the same mission? Or any of these other examples? It's not making sense, is it, people? It's not, you know. Paul Merson's allegedly called him lazy. It's worrying at Arsenal. You're still thinking, where are they going? Edu has come in and the recruitment has been lazy. If I'm honest, it's been, oh, well, we'll take Willian on the cheap, on a free. We'll take David Luiz on the cheap. I remember years ago in football, managers were judged on signings. Sometimes I think Arteta is left behind, and I'm not sure how much of a say he's got in all this. And that's it as well, because I think he's got that as well. But you're also sanctioning it as well, because we hear you wanted Willian. You wanted Marie. You could reference your time at City. So we never know. It's very unclear. Very unclear, man. Very unclear what the plan is. You know, very unclear. But boy, it is what it is, man. You know, that's that in relation to Overmars and that. They lined up to replace Edu. Well, wow. That is not how you spell. See, I look after you lot watching this on the replay, people. Again, get rid of that. Put that one down there. Sorry, folks. Me taking what you lot are saying before we get on back on board with these timestamps and the rest of it. One love to everybody tuned in. Like I said, make sure you're hitting the like button. Why don't we sign first? Team start? I don't know, man. You really don't know. I'm sorry, but I'm a father of 4, eldest 22, and would not have my 15-year-old with an open social media and bikinis. That's how Eddie runs his family. It doesn't bode well for my club. Listen, I definitely don't want to talk about 15-year-olds in bikinis and things like that. You know, it sounds a bit mad. You know, I'm not saying anyone's like that, so I don't want to cross that territory. What I will say is, you know, obviously, you know, social media, I'm sure there's ages around it and whatnot. I don't know what they're doing in their parents' life or their family's life. What I do know is that no family member deserves to be criticized or bombarded with messages as a result of what's going on with Edu, or just have, you shouldn't even know who his daughter is. And you know what I'm not gonna do is critique Edu as a family man. I don't know him, and I assume he's probably the best dad he can be, and things like that. I don't think it has anything to do with how he runs his club as well. I don't think that's really fair on him, really and truly, and I think that's taking it a bit far. To be fair, we have a toxic fan base. You know this. How do you expect White to perform when you're bashing about his price tag? Why not support wait, support, and then see how it goes. Again, some people have been very critical on this price tag. To be fair, you're 100% right, and there has been a lot of Wolves out. But can we? I'm not expect the fans need to do a bit better, but can you expect the fans to be anything other than toxic with how our club's going? I'd argue what the ownership's been toxic. I argue the recruitment's been toxic. I argue the mentality is toxic. Fans are special, very special, and you're right in that. But give the fans something to be happy about. There's no issue. DG, do you think Arsenal fans are too harsh on Kroenke? You think other owners except Chelsea and City are buying 210 million of players in 18 months without Europe? Probably. And I don't think we're being harsh enough, if I'm completely honest with you. I don't think you can sit here and say every failing is his, but undeniably, it bodes with him, really. If I own a company, my manager, someone I might employ might make a mistake, but I have to own that mistake. This is my company. Bro, you have to separate the man from the manager, man. I think that's many sane people are hearing it's on that sort of stuff, man. Like, bro, I don't know him as a man. I can only talk about what you are doing as a thingy, man. As a thingy, technical director, which don't look certified at this moment in time, man. We've spoken about that. Scroll the way back. You're really entertaining how talking stuff and spitting facts. Appreciate that. Some people say I'm boring, so such is life. To always keep balance, man. One love to everyone that's here for a reason, man. Just man, sell cars with no wheels. Arsenal try sell water bottles with holes in them. Obviously that's silly. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. We're on a Mazda, man. Are you confident for West Brom? Bro, there's no such thing as confidence with Arsenal right now for me. I can't be confident about anything because of the way we're playing. It's a wait and see mode. Going against West Brom, we might as well quickly speak about West Brom quickly as well before we carry on. Obviously, it's short and sweet, man. I don't think there's any need to do a preview. What I want to see is a fantastic game of football from us. What I want to see is arguably, put the Premier League to one side as much as you can and just have a play with a bit of fear. West Brom, I ain't got the statistics to hand, but they're in good form. They're playing well. They're making it tough for us. They probably fancy Arsenal like any other team. If I'm West Brom, I'm not saying Brentford are a championship side because they're not anymore, but they were a few months ago. And we were a Prem side, I'll be saying if Brentford can beat you, we can beat you, and there's again, I don't think Arteta is going to get sacked off the basis of that game in particular, but if you lose, it's another L. We did hear 5 games. It puts more pressure going into the City game where we could win, which I don't know if we can, and lose against City. But when you're so fractured as a fan base, as a squad, when your confidence is so on the floor, a little win or playing a decent bit of football can get that confidence back. So hopefully we can win. There's confidence. I'd love to see Ramsdale and what's his face make their debuts as well. Ramsdale and Odegaard make his re-debut, but you get the point. Would like to see a couple players rested. Obviously, I want to see Aubameyang and Lacazette get some minutes. Think it will be another good opportunity to start Balogun and give him another physical test against, seeing him what the big boy league's about. So yeah, man, there isn't much to say. Like, let me look at West Brom statistics quickly because I'm sure just by casually watching the championship as you do, I'm sure they've started the championship well. And again, I was on westbrom.com earlier and they're bullish about playing us. They come into this game, obviously beating Blackburn 2-1. They beat Sheffield United 4-0. They won 3-2 against Luton. They had a 2-2 draw against Bournemouth. When's the last time they lost these? Some of these might be pre-season games as well. So the Watford game was a pre-season. And so was Brum, I believe. So yeah, they started off championship life with a 2-2 draw. Still unbeaten. What's that? 3 wins. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 wins in 4. West Brom got 3 wins in 4. So they're in a better place than us. They should be roaring to go. They should be relishing it. And as rubbish as Arsenal have been, many people expect us to lose, but many people still expect us to win. So you've got to do something in it. So again, there should be a fearless approach. So I don't know what else to say really. They've got quality players, man. They've got a couple of loanees as well now. That could cause problems to us. So I don't know, man. I really don't. They've got a couple ex-Arsenal players. We've played against them. They're a physical side. They can play 3 at the back. They've got Carl Robertson, Matt Phillips. They've got street smart individuals. So it's going to be a tough game, really and truly. Like, I really don't know what to say to you, look, man. That's why I said short and sweet. There's no need to do a separate video. in terms of my lineup, I can't lie, I'm thinking to go 3 at the back just because I feel we should have done it in the second half against Brentford. I just feel regardless of what competition we're in, which we're not in many, I think we've got to look to it. It has to be demoralizing conceding the goals we're conceding and just getting ripped. So I think maybe we should look for some stability, and I think we should be looking at 3 at the back at least until we get healthier as a team. And I think my first thing I'd be looking to go with, obviously Ramsdale for me would make his start. We're down to our bare bones at centre half, and Marie could probably play and you could get away with him in that regards. But for me, Tierney left-sided centre half, holding in the middle, or Chambers on the right, or you could switch that. I'd pull in Maitland-Niles. I don't know how long he's going to be here, but I'd pull in Maitland-Niles to play right back. You could go with Cedric. You know, it is what it is. You could play Marie at centre half. Chambers goes right back, and Maitland-Niles ain't there. You know, for me, I think it's the perfect opportunity to start Tavares, especially if you're going to play 3 at the back. I think he looks a bit shaky defensively, and he needs to improve. But there's that. You know, Xhaka and Lokonga, you're probably hoping they don't play the whole 90. But again, I'd feel, you know, I looked at it. Should it be Xhaka and El Nene or Lokonga and El Nene? And it probably will be Xhaka and El Nene. But personally, I'd go with the same midfield pivot, and whatnot. Odegaard would start for me. And then for me, I'd give Aubameyang a start. And I'd go with Balogun up front as well, / Lacazette. I don't know how many, you know, how fit Lacazette is and things like that. I don't know how fit Lacazette is, so it might not be sensible to start him and Aubameyang. And I think Balogun should at least get an hour today. You know, well, yeah, it is today. An hour today, maybe half hour for Lacazette, and then you know, you keep it moving. Aubameyang's probably the fittest out of all 3. So by that same logic, he probably doesn't need to start, but we need him going in with a bit of, you know, shaking off some ring rust going into the next game. So that would be my first lineup. If it's not a 3 at the back affair, people, then I tried to find myself with a 4-3-3, and I've probably forced Aubameyang out wide just to get him minutes. Pepe starts for me. Balogun starts. Odegaard, Lokonga, Xhaka, Maitland, Chambers, Holding, Tavares, and Ramsdale. So that would be my lineup, but I really don't know, man. I really don't know. When we look at Arteta's transcript, you know, which we're going to have to see what exactly he's saying, on maintaining focus on belief, well, you have to, and we're going to speak about the pressures on Arteta after this. He said, well, you have to realize first that the position that we are in is not where we want to be, and we should not accept it. Well, then start building blocks. We should not use too many excuses to justify where we are. Just try to use the moment and challenge ahead of us as an opportunity and take it, and encourage everyone around you to have the same mentality, same energy, and things will turn around. We have done a lot of work. We are under difficult circumstances at the moment. But we need everybody together and the spirit to be around here. The togetherness that we have around the team, and even with the ownership, it is really strong. But we need to give our fans and probably the outside world some encouragement. That's only given with results. So we need to get results. Yeah. And actually just looking like a team, because there's been sometimes we've actually won games and then we've been shaky, people. On building confidence going forward, he said, well, that's a big word. Confidence in what we do and what they are capable of doing, and trying to find the reasons why you don't win football matches. They know our preparation has been disturbed. Come on, man. We had to do something at Brentford and we had to alter it 24 hours before the game. Arteta, that's gone now. Like, it's happened. Everyone is going to get the same old nonsense. Do I feel sorry for you? Yes. But again, plans go down the shitter in life. Injuries happen. We cannot keep using it. It happened exactly the same against Chelsea, but we have to adapt. You're sounding like a moaner. Sound like a spoiled kid that's crying about life ain't fair. Life ain't fair. Football ain't fair. I'm one of the best YouTubers ever. I can't lie. One of the most humblest. All I want is my team to win so I could sit here and have a live stream of winning Premier League. We're not going to get that. Life's not fair. I want to say they are a team that never gives up, and we didn't do it either in those 2 games. So I think there were different feelings after the game. Against Chelsea, you saw a team in the second half as well that keeps believing. But to be fair, they were better than us, and that's football. We know there's injuries, and I just don't want to talk about it. Fuck, man. On the performances so far, bloody hell, man. I don't really want to read it, but I'm going to read it for you lot, man. I think there are 2 different performances against Brentford. There's 190 minutes, bro. 190 minutes in that home game. The first 15, 20, we didn't have anything. We conceded from a second phase. In a corner, you get momentum, and then we struggle to progress and find real moments of threat in the half. In the second half, we were much better. We had a total control of the game. I think we had 23 shots. How many on target? How many worked the keeper? But again, not enough real threat in the box to find a way to score a goal. I mean, you said these things all last season. Are you lot and the players not bored of this? You know, there's no two different performances. It doesn't matter. And this is the thing where Arsenal fans and as a club, we do it. We might be poor for the first, we might be rubbish for the first 10, then and we go 2-0 down and the game might end 2-0 and we forget the rest of the period because we was all right. It's a 90-minute game in the same way a league table is from August until the end of the season. Fucking hell, man. But when your manager's saying this has to echo the sentiment around the club. Like, this is finding positives where there's none. The one thing you're meant to find positive is it's not making sense, man. 23 shots, but what happened? You know, Mendy, and I don't even know the Brentford keeper, Raya. Apologies if it was him in goal. Their kits are not dirty. Anyways, people, you know, not enough on shots on target, to be fair. That was the case of us. So what was we doing in pre-season? Then we conceded from another set piece that was debatable whether it is a foul or not. Facts is it's a foul, and it was still trash defending regardless. So come on, the game's gone against Chelsea. I think we started the game really well. The first time that we got opened up, they used it, they scored a goal. They opened us up way before they scored. Stop capping, man. Then we went through 15, 30 minutes of difficult moments before half-time where we had 5 minutes where it was a penalty on Bakayo. That's true. We had 4 or 5 corners and better entries into the final third. We need to stop confusing getting in the box with getting in. If I line up to a rave, it doesn't mean I'm getting in. Come on now. In the second half, we tried to give it a go. There's no trying. Come on. They started the second half better than us. What game are you watching? No wonder you got your hands in your head because you don't know what the fuck is going on. It's frustrating. I don't want to do the scapegoating thing, but you're not like you're insulting fans' intelligence with stuff like this. There's going to be moments when you're going to be open. They are, in my opinion, the best team at the moment in Europe. It's not your opinion. It's a fact. They've won the Champions League. They hold it. And we didn't manage to score again. We need clean sheets and we need to score goals. Without that, we won't be winning enough football matches. That's for me the main area, the 2 boxes. Well, that's something we knew last season. That's something we should have been working on in pre-season. That's something you need to know. I don't understand that. Big up Martin Odegaard for signing. Shout out Ramsdale for settling in. You know, they probably will be involved. We know the Cup's a good chance to build intensity. I'm not going to bore you lot with reading that. He said on sending a message in these next 2 games, first of all, to say thank you, because the atmosphere that we saw before the game when the team was getting the introduction of every member, it was so special. I had goosebumps and I was feeling like nothing before, because you know the sack is imminent if you continue like this. Then I think they tried to support the team very much, which they did. And I know they're disappointed when you lose at home. I don't think we're necessarily disappointed that we lost. You know, a loss is hard to take, definitely to Chelsea, but it's the manner in which we're playing and the consistent mistakes. Mistakes made more than once are choices. We're choosing to make these mistakes. We go over the last season, the last 2 games we've played, probably, you know, when we get to the end of the year, there'll be a more case study. We concede the same goals. Pre-season, we did it. We're choosing to do these things. That doesn't mean we're choosing to concede goals, but we're choosing to not learn, or you're choosing to not teach. Something's going on. When you lot do well, I praise you lot. When you lot lose, I have to critique it. It's not making no sense, really and truly. There has to be some reaction, but this is a project that is going to take some time. Show us what the project is. You can see and tell from the recruitment that we've done and the really young squad that we have at the moment, it cannot happen overnight. We know it can't happen overnight, but we want to believe in you lot. It's like Moses taking the Israelites to the promised land. I'm sure some of them doubted him, but at the end of the period, he got there. Anyways, there has to be light at the end of the tunnel. Like I said, if Rome wasn't built in a day, we need to see plumbing, pipe work, and just foundations being set. We're not asking for the whole fucking hotel, are we? We all want to make it as quick as possible. Maybe you lot have tried inappropriate quick fixes. I get that vibe from you, Arteta, with some of the leaning on certain mediocre experienced players. And we know that the responsibility for us is to fight with top teams in every competition. Bro, show fight within yourselves. Fight for yourselves. You lot don't be fighting for yourselves. And that's not going to change. And I think we really need them. And this group of players really needs them. And the club needs them now next to us, because we need that confidence, that support, and that energy. Well, as fans, I need some energy, and everyone listening needs some energy. We need some confidence, and we need some support. We're the supporters, and we're never supported. What's going on? What is going on? Away from all of that, though, folks, let me start closing all of these things. Arteta admits the form will take a while to turn around. I'm just going to see if this is anything. He said, I know they are disappointed, but when you lose at home, there's going to be some reaction. But this is a project that's going to take some time. Well, that's what we've read already. I thought it was something new. So it is what it is in that regards. I mean, we've read that as well. We'll get into Aouar soon, people. Don't you worry about that. He spoke about Aubameyang and Laka as well. Coming featuring back. He said, That's really good news because we really need them. We know that they're a big part of what we want to do. As I've mentioned before, it's going to be determined in the boxes, and these are the two players that have the biggest threat in the team. They're going. They're both so. They are both so important to us. They are able to put the ball in the net. We need them firing. We need them at their best, and the team has to help them to deliver that. I think we sometimes get really carried away. Have I frozen? Oh, sorry, I've frozen, but it is where it is, man. Anyways, he said, I think we need, I think sometimes we get carried away because of the youth, the quality and the talent and the potential that we have through the squad. But the ones that are going to determine our success and those who have to lead our successes are the senior players. So why do you keep betting on senior players that you can't rely on and that are not cut up to task? It doesn't make sense, man. Like I said, folks, I'm not really interested in, well, it's frozen now. One sec, people. I'm going to come back in. 1 second, folks. I think we're back now. There we have it. So I'm not really interested in that. You know, I keep saying that the players for now, then you don't get performances from. If you need players for now, you make sure you build around the Bamian so he can thrive for now. You know, you make sure you don't bring in Willian. But as much as I think Willian isn't levels, why has not a single player from game week 1 to 38 last season excelled? You know, you're betting on Xhaka. These are the sort your foundations are not strong enough. So again, we need senior players. But what senior players, man? It's crazy. This is why I don't really want to preview the game. It's just I don't like listening to Arteta's press conferences now because it's insulting. Like the way he's coming across, it's very insulting. Like you're just taking fans for idiots. I know a lot of fans carry on. I know a lot of fans, you know, are not logical and don't really give people credit or slack where it's due. But come on, now real talk, you need to fight for yourself. Think about it. They're not fighting for themselves, you know. Marie didn't look like someone that wanted to keep a clean sheet because it means a lot to him as a defender. Lukaku looked like it meant a lot to him as a striker to score. Did it? And that particular moment, that's the one time he didn't even bully Marie. He's just running and Marie's just brushed him and he's there snitching to the ref. It's crazy. I think everybody's upset that we didn't get a penalty. But again, that's away from that. Even if we get the pen, we have to assume we score it. And we need to assume that somehow goals change games. But we can't do that, you know, really and truly. What else did we do? Away from that, did we do enough to get anything out of the game? You know the answer is no, man. We need to stop doing what we do as Arsenal fans, or what certain Arsenal fans do, is focus on the negatives or just focus on the ridiculous positives. Look at it for what it is. You know, there's no point looking at, we was good for 10 minutes. If we got up, I mean, we started well. If we didn't concede that silly goal, if we got the pen, these things change games. Are you lot not bored of screaming the same things? Are you lot not getting a sense of deja vu? Are you not bored of just lying to yourselves and burying your head in the sand? Because some of you want realness, you don't. Because you was lying to yourselves that because we got third for clean sheets, that we're the third best defensive team, or that we've improved because we're one of the best teams since 2021, or that we're X amount of points off top 4 or top 5 or whatever. You know, the same amount of points off 11th as well for what it was. People like to lie to themselves. These players do. The club clearly does, but fans do as well. Absolute crazy. Bare what ifs. Not on it, man. Not on it at all, man. Not on it. It's all word salad from Arteta. He's purposely directing us all over the place, probably, man. Oh, Ghana's a baller. I'm scared, man. Wait, we'll have to see, man. What else he's saying? He says no excuses, but then I don't know what he said there, Tino, bro. Yeah, man. I'd play Reese all day. Why not, man? It's just the mentality, man. Good stuff, Geese. The Albion are a tough side. Whenever I play them, gonna be tough. Good luck. That ain't real. That ain't real, Ben Foster. But appreciate that. Same sign, to be fair. Same sign. So if that really is Ben Foster, shout out to you, man. But yeah, I hope it ain't a fake one. But they're a good side, like you said. And for me, when I think of these teams, all you need is a bit of energy at this moment. Arsenal as I said, Arsenal, we defeat ourselves before the opposition defeat us through mentally not being switched on, through individual mistakes, you know, all of these things. what we've struggled against Brentford. Chelsea, it weren't really relevant, but Brentford, as much as a tactical point of view and us shooting ourselves in the foot, what did you see? You know, we looked very scared with the atmosphere with Brentford. We looked like the atmosphere at the Emirates looked like it meant too much, and it's not the noisiest on the best of days. So for me, if West Brom on the pitch are aggressive, they get at us, they listen to their team, they reciprocate the energy they'll be getting from their fans who are buzzing. We've got no match. Arsenal away fans will do their part, but these players have to do their part. They need to play for themselves. I want them to play for the club and all of these things, but people don't play for themselves. I don't see centre halves that want to be mentioned among the best, fullbacks that want to be the best, strikers that want to be the best, people that really take it personal when this club is failing. I don't get the vibe you lot of footballers. A lot of man are footballers here, but you get the vibe that you know that you're doing a favor. I get the vibe, honestly, that the way even some of the fans that Arteta is doing us a favor, that some of these players are doing us a favor of just being here. When some of them are meaty. Meaty's even too nice of a word. Absolute crazy, scary, man. It's very scary. And for me, what I can't take, I have no problem accepting where we are. I can critique and praise where I think. It's when people start to insult not my intelligence, but you lot's intelligence. You can't tell man no excuses, non-negotiables, and there's not been a single defeat of recent memory where I can say we went down like some Spartans. We went down fighting. What can you say then? Feel like I'm repeating myself every live stream, saying the same things. Appreciate that, my guy. Let's get this legend to 50K. Appreciate that, Saheed, man. Bro, the process is gonna take time, but show me what we're processing. You know, show me what's going on. We're in a car. You're telling me you're taking me Disneyland. Whoa, when are we getting there? Like, I need to go past certain things, like certain landmarks and that. I'm not just gonna scream trust the process for the sake of it, and I will trust any process for what it's worth. I somewhat do trust what they're doing. Collectively, not individually, collectively. But that doesn't mean just sit here and condone stuff. Seeing us finish second and say, well, trust the process, just so I can sit here in a couple of years or in a couple of months and say, see, I told you, lot. I don't care about being right or wrong. I care about my fucking football club winning. That's all that means something to me. Winning a damn game of football. We've got no clean sheets, no points. We ain't scored a damn goal. Hopefully a lot of that changes today, but boy, and it's just the naivety. Like, I don't get the vibe you lot really, truly imagined how tough this season was going to be in terms of incomings, outgoings, consistency, the run of fixtures. Because I would have seen a lot of things I wouldn't have seen in pre-season. It's crazy, man. Would you take Vieira what, as a player? Yeah, as a gaffer. Ooh. I'm sorry, but West Brom should be beatable, and if Arsenal can't even beat them, it's time to go. It's time to go, anyways. But again, football matches isn't one on paper. You need to match energies. You need to want to have some initiative. I don't see that with us. I can't have confidence in this. It's the problems, and no need to keep saying like it's just the language, man. If you don't say several certain things, I can't pull you up on it. You know, I tell my kid tidy. If I tell my kid he needs to clean up and he says, "Dad, I'm gonna tidy my room," and I go and say, "You said at this time you're gonna tidy, you ain't done it. What's going on there? Stop telling me about trusting processes, non-negotiables, fighting, and show it to me." You know, there's too much lip service, like life. Everybody can talk a good talk, but when it's time to doing and the expensive, people struggle. And it's frustrating because again, we're gonna keep reiterating the same things again and again and again and again and again and again. We're at 430 likes. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, people. And also make sure you've signed up on Twitch, because 2 p.m. we're going live on Twitch. And then obviously it's watch along business later today. Make sure you're taking that one in, folks. Again, let me drop the link in here once again. Like I said, make sure you're hitting your reminders. Again, shout to the 2 dislikers. These guys never, Arsenal need as much consistency as certain individuals have to dislike it by vids, because without a doubt, you see 2 dislikes before I've started more times. So, yeah, man, I'm going live for that one. It's not hard to imagine how far we've fallen because, we've actively been taking these steps to go there. It's not only 2 games. It's only 2 games, Chris, in a sense of course, the season can turn around. Of course, we can do a lot better. Of course, sentiment can change. But again, it's about the mentality based off of last season as well. Arteta constantly talking in circles clearly means he genuinely doesn't see the issues and doesn't have the capacity to change things for the better. Also, I also feel sometimes when you're in a situation, you can't see it. You can't see it. It's not that fans know any more, any less, but sometimes when you're there, you can't see it. And I'm starting to believe that with Mikel, like you're so ingrained in whatever BS you're doing or however you think it should be done, you can't see things for what they are. And anytime you do that, it's dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. The Arsenal board has put too much effort in him and won't want to look stupid. I can't see him. I can't see them sacking him. DG. They all got some weird click, and Josh is part of it. Facts. And even sacking him, ironically, as much as Arteta needs to go, I'd actually prefer the owner to go, the technical director to go before Arteta, just because logically, I think if there's a different owner, you might get the Arteta we want. But at the same time, everyone needs to keep it moving, which isn't going to happen, man. And this is it, man. My parents told me, unless you care for your thing, no one else will. Our owners don't care. The issue needs to be resolved from the top. Facts. And I don't know how we get them out, but something's going to be done, man. It's crazy. It's dark times, man. Fully dark times at this moment in time. But yeah, man, let's crack on with some of these other documents, tabs, and all those sort of things that are up as well. So let me just fix up a time stamp for you lot. You lot can never name a YouTuber who's so considerate for you lot. Exactly. It's not just that, man. It's not just that at all. We'd love to get Conte. I mean, we'd all love it, but why would you want to come? Like, why would you want to sign for us? It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. So when we start to look at all of these sort of things now, people, first thing is he thinks he knows it all. Mikel under pressure at Arsenal as mood inside clubs shifts. Nice jacket thing for what it's worth there. Oh well, we can't read that, but yeah, apparently there's internal issues. They feel I read the article; it was for free, and then it's gone now. But it was basic. That article was just saying in relation to Arteta how they like his sessions, but sometimes they think it's too coordinated, and they have question marks over the instructions and whatnot. But moving away from Aouar, Arsenal get green light over loan bid for Houssem Aouar. Apparently, there's been no bids for place for him. Arsenal have been handed encouragement in their efforts to sign Houssem Aouar, as Lyon would now accept a loan deal for the midfielder, according to reports. As you lot know, we made an offer last year. It got rejected. It didn't bang. Lyon have been actively looking to sell Aouar during the current window and had even reduced the asking price to 25 million euros. They've received no firm offers. And apparently, according to French reports, Lyon would be prepared to let Aouar leave on loan, but an obligation to buy would also be included, which obviously that could allow us to, maneuver some money, maybe go harder on a right back, and then obviously make sure we're saving our money for a year from now to pay and whatnot, because we're light on midfield options, and the midfield options ain't good enough. If you genuinely believe, I love Lokonga. Lokonga is young. We can't put too much expectation, but you've got Lokonga, Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey. The only thing I can say about Partey is his injuries. Xhaka is inconsistent, and you've got El Nene, primarily as centre midfielders. You on paper, Maitland's there, but if you one game a week or not, if you're telling me that's good enough, boy, it's not. This is what I'm talking about. Your faith in players will get you sacked, or the foundations you're trying to put into place are not levels and just not good enough. People, obviously, depending on what you read, people, boy, Houssem Aouar and to be fair, you've heard Arsenal and Spurs have held informal talks and whatnot, but Houssem Aouar a target and informal talks held with the midfielders' representatives. He's under contract until 2023, as you lot know. Tottenham are interested in signing Lyon attacker Houssem Aouar. He has 2 years left and wants to weigh up all of his options before making a decision on his future. The playmaker's preference is to play Champions League football, and he is aware he may have more options for a move away from the Liga club this time next summer. So that's that. If we go actually to what Get French Football said, he could leave Lyon on loan this summer with concrete bids non-existent. So for whatever reason, money hasn't been put on the table for him. Lyon are willing to sell him this window, but the club have received zero interest in the player from major European sides and are now even considering letting him leave on loan with the obligation to buy, which quite rightly so. It's quite the turnaround from a man that you was really, you wanted 50 million euros for and all of those sort of things. Apparently, a couple of players could be sold due to their poor attitudes, and he's one of the several players Lyon have that are available for transfer. So we'll never actually truly know what's going on in that regards, but we can hope. In relation to Lucas Torreira, Fabrizio Romano said paperwork signed between Arsenal and Fiorentina. He joins on loan, 1.5 million euro loan fee with the buy option of 15 million euros. Work in progress for Willian to Corinthians and Kolasinac to Fenerbahce. So we should see some more outgoings. And for me, I would have loved that to be an obligation, because if they say no, it's another one where Torreira is hanging around like a bad smell. Away from that, though, people, and Willian apparently. Let's remove a lot of this. What's going on here, people? This weren't it. What is this? I had a dip. This is not it. Here it is. Is this it? Yeah. This was something that came out of Brazil, and I pressed. I pressed. What's the whatever the button is, what makes Google turn it into English. But anyways, apparently from Arsenal, England attacking midfielder Willian, 33, entered the Corinthians radar and tried to excite the fans with the possibility of returning to the club, in which he revealed, although seen as difficult by Corinthians board in the playoff, the deal is not ruled out by either party. However, there is little time as the window for Brazil closes next Monday. Apparently, Willian had conversations with Edu Gaspar, Arsenal's technical director, and exposed the series of dissatisfactions with the club's sports project that motivated him to ask to leave. So, what is for Willian? Even Willian, whether I think he's this is quite this is audacious, really. You got no right, but fair play. You brought him in under some pretenses. Something changed. What has changed for Willian to want to leave? On top of him just being shit, what has changed? What false pretenses did you bring him in? It's crazy. It's a mazza. And you lot couldn't have foresaw this. You lot told us he's Premier League ready. He's this, that, and the other. What has changed? You lot betted on him, and he wanted to bust out. You betted on Xhaka. He tried to bust out. You betted on Leno. He tried to bust out. You're betting on Bellerin. He tried to bust out. These experienced players don't give a crap about you, man. Because of that, William wasn't even related to the Gunners' last game. In his first game for the London club, in his first year, for the London club, the player played 37 games and scored a goal. So I think you're very cocky in that regards. I don't know what else this is saying, people, but yeah, it's more or less just saying he's expressed a desire to leave Arsenal. He's open to joining Corinthians and whatnot, people. So that's that in relation to transfer news. There isn't much, but let's hope something can be done, man. Let's hope something can be done. Preview, let's put that there. As I said, make sure you're all here for this one, folks. Pardon my language. Absolutely crazy, man. Fair play to Kat Jarutkin, secured a fat bag for Willian at Arsenal's detriment. I can't blame him. You see Harry Kane's Instagram post? What he said he's staying now or something? Well, Kane, just stop talking and get in training and shut up then, man. Raw. I'll be staying at Tottenham this summer and will be 100% focused on helping the team achieve success. So, all right, cool. The City move clearly isn't banging. He's got a boy. So Mazza, shout out to Levy. He's played hardball. To be fair, confirmation on that, things can change, but credit to him. And that's something we can talk about on the next live stream on Twitch. Maybe he probably gets a new deal and secures that bag. Harry Kane stays. That must mean City have moved on, man, and they've been linked with Cristiano. Right. Apparently, Willian's father and his representatives have asked his father to stop talking about his proposed move to Corinthians in the media, as they believe it could put any move in jeopardy. I don't think it will, because it needs to happen. Kane is a boy. At least Kane's giving up the chances to win trophies and whatnot, and stop throwing your toys out the pram. And maybe City must have something else lined up. Again, if they go into next season without a recognized striker, they're in a problem, people. Fabrizio Romano spoke, but again, we're saving that for 2 p.m. people. Boy, he's not going to City now, boy. Boy. Oh, well. Got nothing to do with man, boy. Got nothing to do with me. 482 likes, people. Let's keep moving. Apparently, Juventus are ready to offer Ronaldo to City. We'll be talking about that on 2 p.m. on Twitch. Are we selling Lacazette? He's got a year left. He should be open to it, but it's too late in the day, man. Would you play Odegaard tonight against West Brom? Yep. There's clearly something wrong at the club. A lot of unhappy people. It seems. Facts. I spoke about the PSG owner, so you're just gonna have to scroll back. And the thing is, I don't mind agent signings. I don't mind talking to agents, provided you get good players. We're getting crap lads. Why do you talk so much in one breath? What can I say? Good lungs, man. Good stamina. Ask your girl. She knows. Because I know you're not laying down the pipe. Come on. You know. I probably run more than Mo Farah and that. So you know what this pipe is laying down. She loves it, man. Your girl loves the people. Deluded. That gets the fanny wet, man. Man, look, I bet it's a drippers. You're jealous now, innit? You're looking, it's a drippers. For a man, not you, innit? Shame. Shame, 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 shame. And I know she's liking me looking all pink and that. Don't worry, darling, man. Soon cut you again, man. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, man. It's not your fault. It's the game, man. It's the game, man. What's my prediction for tonight, bloody hell? Sir Henry Sandy, I don't know, bro. Let's be ambitious, man. 2-1 Arsenal. But you know that saying, it gets worse before it gets better? It's looking like so. Would Jesus come our way if Oba goes City? I would like that, but I don't think so. What's all this Alberta City thing? It don't make sense. I didn't wake up and choose violence. I chose peace, bro. I didn't do nothing. I'm talking about football, bro. Man, I sending for man. I'm sending back. What you mean? Like, oh, he done it to himself, bro. No one told him to ask, man, that. I big up Talk to Views. Go and check his content out, man. He's supposed to be live with man one of these days. I don't know who we signed that right back, bro. I'm exhausted. I don't know who signs that right back. I don't know who signs in centre mid. I don't know what gaffer comes in to improve this thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. Man said, I love your football analysis, but I must admit, I also love when you rip the trolls. Like, we can't entertain it all the time, but every now and again, why not, man? Big up Zach from India. You said, I'm going to sleep now and watch Arsenal match later at midnight. For us in India, hope Arsenal wins. So, yeah, man. Facts. Trust me, without a skin fake greasy thing. She loves the Greek, bro. She knows man's trapping hard. I'm working hard. You know, women like ambition. That's why she's feeling me, and my man's out here playing with his hands. But, you know, let's not give any more attention to them idiots, man. I don't know if they'll move for him. I personally wouldn't if I was City. You know, in fact, saying that, if you go for him or Lewandowski, it might, you know, keep the door open for Haaland and things. You know, 1 minute Haaland could go this place, that place, and the other. It seems like apart from Arsenal, there's not a club he can't go to in England. I ain't seen Oba front flipping type trust. Please stop spamming, bro. Skis. You're just gonna get blocked. It's just gonna get rubbish. So yeah. What else is that? Did you already do your starting 11 for tonight? Boy. Yeah, I have. You've missed that. Scroll back, or I can actually provide you with a timestamp still. I'm such a nice guy. Such a nice guy, man. Do you think Aouar can do bits in the Prem? If he joins Spurs, I'm gonna have to agenda, but yeah, I think he can, man. I mean, if Conte is available, why not go for him, John, man? DG Williams' agent just said he's excited for the transfer to happen. Oh, you can't be more excited than us as fans. Can't be more excited than us. Realistically, what's a good season for us? Yeah, bro, you don't know what a good season is for us. You know, you have to get Europe at some capacity or show some consistency and just look like a team. You don't know it. At this point, you don't know the answers to these things. Is Aouar seriously coming? I don't know, man. I hope so. But seems like Spurs are ahead, man. 5 games for Arteta. Do you think he can survive this? Remember, if we use all the starting strong 11 tonight, Man City is this weekend. I think there's enough games there's enough days, to rest people. But you have to, innit, really and truly. You know, sentiment can change. I want the team to, I want our team to play better. So I want the next 5 games to go better. Of course, I don't want to play in the conference, but it's better than nothing in Europe, innit? So you got to finish higher than you was, innit? What's up, bro? Loving the stream again. I put a 10-game ACCA on last night. 9 games won. All I need is for Arsenal for $2,000. Why do I think they're going to let me down? I should cash out. Oof. I don't know what you should do in it. Because me, I'd probably win. Arsenal might win and you might get it, but better to be safe than sorry in it. Rather, you know, you might think, oh, I could have made a $2,000. I've got 7.5 bills, but 7.5 bills is better than nothing. You know, you could do a lot worse. Lauer said he wants a new challenge. Ain't no bigger one than Arsenal. True. Any player who wants a new challenge, there's not a bigger challenge than Arsenal. 100%, bro. Man, never tell you to cash out. Only you know. Tans is saying cash out. So 750. Sorry, $2,000. You know, at least you have something. You know, I'd rather be sitting there saying, "Oh, at least I could have made a this," rather than, "Bro, I had the chance to bust out. I didn't. Arsenal shagged me." It's one of them. Man are saying, "Don't cash out. Make your own decision, man." I don't know. DG, do you think getting rid of Arteta is better than getting rid of Edu, who is more of a liability? Both equally, really. It depends where you look at it. You know, Arteta, at least you could say I've won the FA Cup. There is some competence. I'm not saying Edu hasn't done bad, but hasn't done some good. But what is a single facet you can hang on to? Yeah, Tierney signed a new deal. You heard with Balogun and Aubameyang, Edu was vital. He brought in Gabriel, but I mean, is that anything innovative really and truly? We all wanted Gabriel anyways, and us football fans. So I don't know, man. I would probably say for me, I'd rather get rid of Edu because I just want somebody 30. When I look at Leeds, when I look at Leicester, when I look at all of these clubs, they have succession planning. They know where they're finding players. I think you get that. You get them, then, you know, we start our process for a new manager. I'd want to really see that because we need to stop mismanaging. But same way, you could say a better manager gets more, a better manager gets more out of what Edu has bought. So it depends, man. They're both a liability. I'd probably clip Edu just because I'm pissed off with Arteta in his managerial role. But I just think Edu, I don't know what he's doing. Really don't have a clue. Who can then assess Arteta properly? Fair point. Arteta needs to change the tactics. We are playing poorly. That's why. The next 5 games is make or break for Arteta until he wins all 5, and then it's all right again, and then it goes. Everything does a full circle once again, man. If you cash out, look at it as a 750 win. Exactly, Robert. 2 G's would burn, yeah, but losing everything would. Especially that's why you see why I don't do ACCAs anymore because I'm used to that. I'm used to that. I've won mad money. I've lost mad money. Bro, out of bookies, man. Trust me. Why no Smith Rowe? Save the guy, man. You know, have him on the bench and stuff, but I've gone with Odegaard. Save the guy, man. Smith Rowe for me is going to be used and whatnot the weekend. Love that, George. We spoke about that earlier. You know, again, in the name of timestamps, if you scroll all the way back to the beginning and watch until 36:50, or better yet, here, you'll have everything you want. What else you lot saying? For me, it's get rid of Edu over Arteta. Boy, challenge for your mental health. Willian is the only unsustainable signing under Arteta. Can't wait to see him out. Fair play. Let me scroll the way up. Would Arsenal even want the European Conference? Arsenal, bro, you earn the right to want things, bro. You know, just because by the logic of I don't want it, but you finish higher in the table because you get that. Aspire to finish higher in it. It's down to you lot if you want Champions League, Europa, or the joke man thing that Spurs lost the first leg of their thing in. I don't know. Easier to get rid of. Sometimes it's not a bad thing for reality to kick the team in the face early on in the season, so no one's under any illusion as to what's at stake. I hear that, but these lot, you know, they've got many different mirages. You know, if they can't see how crap they are, somebody's probably, you know, overcompensating in the change rooms and telling them there's positive. So I hear that in general, but where Arsenal's concerned, I think we've gone past that point, man. You know, it's facts, but did these guys, you know, reality didn't kick them in the face against Brentford. It's not going to hit them against Chelsea. I hope it hits them tonight. But you're going to get steamrolled against City if you fuck about. So I don't know, man. Stop spamming, people. Please stop spamming. If we win 5-0 tonight, lose 2-0 to City, but actually show up in the game, win Burnley and Wolves, then draw with Nando's, do you see that as a good return? But I don't know. We're thinking too far ahead. It's all context is key, man. as an Arsenal fan, I think losing the next 5 would be more beneficial in the long run. You can't be any Arsenal fan that wants us to lose a game, let alone 5. They play though. Everyone's allowed that. But yeah, people, man, I can't lie. I've been here for an hour and a half. I'm going to have a quick lunch and then I'm back on Twitch. As I said, make sure you're subscribed on Twitch. We'll continue with any Arsenal questions you've got, as well as obviously, you know, speaking about football in general. Harry Kane seems to not want to go to City anymore. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Obviously, again, on that note, I'll be online as well at 7:30, half an hour before kickoff. You know, we're getting into watch along proceedings. And obviously, I finally got a timer, so you lot can leave me alone about the times of what time the game's on and all of that. But it's been fantastic being here, man. Like, been some great opinions, been some great comments. We've even had some, I won't call you a great troll, you know. Hi to your galley, you know, once again, you know. I'm off to go to my man's yard and, you know, do what I need to do with his galley. You know, I know you got a kid. I'm gonna play with your kid, man. I'm gonna get, you know, I'm gonna go to Toys R Us ain't even open again, but I'm gonna go buy your kid a toy, man, and then drink his or hers Capri Suns, and you're gonna have to go buy it again. But to every sane person out there, one love to everyone that's been here, been locked in, man. It's been appreciative. Content don't die. 2 other bits of live content. I'm sure you haven't seen the ones from yesterday or any other bits, so go and take everything in, man. On that note, though, folks, man, stay safe, stay healthy, attack your goals. I hope everyone's having a good start to the week. It's Wednesday, halfway point. Go and have a week to remember, man.
Against this right back, Charlie.
Tongues